Teofimo disrespected you and Ward. He said, what is your opinion about that? And do you think Teofimo is in a good place mentally right now going into Josh Taylor fight?
Yeah, I think he's in a good place because he knows he has to be.
Right. Yeah.
His last fight, he had a mediocre performance, and that can be due to a couple of things. One, I said before the fight that something was wrong with him mentally, because I just never heard him talk the way that he spoke the way he did in the fighter meeting. I just never heard him. I'm not gonna tell you what he said, but it was just a lot of things that I was just like, huh, like what, like yeah. But
he shot a video on it. He shot a video on it and said, he said some crazy stuff, and he was talking about a lot of you and Andre Ward, y'all want to promote black fighters. I think he just insinuating that you're making it racial or whatever the case may be. I heard a clip of it, so he said that's what he said in the video. So that someone sent me.
Well, what happened? What happened with Shakur Stevenson? Like what is he talking about? Like a lot of people say, oh, you be hating on black fighters, you be hating on. So Teofimo, he's what, Nicaraguan? I don't know what he is.
No. He's saying that you and Dre only want to promote the black fighters. That's what he's saying. You only want to promote the black fighters.
No. I promote him as well. I think his father is very disrespectful. They're very disrespectful.
T. Diddy.
And he's definitely very disrespectful. And I got a few words for him when I do see him. Because I don't run. I go straight through it. You know what I mean? If I don't say anything, it's going to eat me up. So I just let him know, how I feel. But just put it this way. I promote every fighter, and I'll give you a just due. When you do well, I'll tell you did well. If you do shitty, I'll tell you did shitty. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You're not going to always get it right all the time, and that's fine. And then dealing with the criticism or the constructive criticism is fine. Now, the way I do it sometimes might not be, what everybody, think that's fair, because I'm just straight up. It's kind of the way I am. I'm built this way. My father used to talk to me the same way. You know what I mean? You learn from your parents. My dad was always chill with me. 100, you look like shit today, son. You didn't do good today, son. Man, what the hell you get here with that shit before? You know what?
Those are the words of Timothy Bradley as he responds to Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s rant or whatever, the way he talked in the fighter meeting. And we don't really know what he said because he didn't reiterate what he said, but we heard about what he said. But according to Andre Ward, he didn't say what he said like the way he said it. First of all, shout out to True Media Television, or True Media Today, U.S. Boxing, for the interview with Timothy Bradley. And as I promised, I was going to counterpunch this for you guys, with you guys. And Timothy Bradley was like, hey, well, he was talking crazy, and that let me know that he wasn't mentally where he needed to be, based on what he said. So he must have said something crazy. But again, I don't think it was what he told that platform that he said what he said or how he said it. He said something, but he just didn't say it like that. That's what I think. Man, I told that MFer that he could do this and do that. I don't think he did that or said that. But he did say something out of character because he wouldn't be talking about it, right? So that's that. But Timothy Bradley really targeted his father. And I believe a lot of this shit comes from Senior, not necessarily Junior. I just think the only difference between Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Angel Garcia versus Danny Garcia and Teofimo Lopez Jr. is the fact that Danny's more laid back. You know what I mean? Danny just doesn't have that demeanor, but he'll still knock your head off. Whereas, Angel, like, motherfucker, what you gonna do? You doing? What are you gonna do? What don't do? And then whereas Teo is more of a Teofimo Lopez Sr. light. You know what I mean? But he's like Teofimo, his father. He doesn't talk as much, but you could tell he's like the chip off the old block. You know what I mean? He does talk a lot. So you can tell a lot of that and where it comes from. Well, here's another guy that explained where he comes from because his daddy talks to him that way, so he lets it out, Timothy Bradley. And Timothy Bradley's dad does tell you how he feels. So I get where all of these guys are coming from and where their roots reside, okay? But Timothy Bradley said, well, hey, I got something for you, and I will have something to say to you when I see you. So, and it'll kill me if I don't. And I understand that 100%. Okay, when I say something about a fighter or anyone, I would prefer to tell that person. It would make me feel more comfortable telling that person that I'm talking about what I told everyone. You got to tell that person first. You know what I mean? Just to qualify it. Like, hey, that gives you a foundation, because then you can talk about your own experiences of what that person said or how that interaction went. I never been a fan of just talking about a person, then I see them, then it's another demeanor. That's fake to me. Okay, that's 100% F-A-K to the E. Fake. Okay, so yeah, I understand the mentality of Timothy Bradley. Like, look, when I see you, I'm going to see you. That's why I do like the commentary of Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward, because even Andre Ward, he's not as aggressive, but he is. He's like that respectful aggressive. See, my brother, I was glad that I came here for you. My brother, let me tell you something. You're supposed to be down for me, but everything I had for you to say, you said it behind my back. I'm telling you, Andre Ward is that guy too. And then they will tell you what they meant. They won't run from certain deals. Now, again, I don't know what happened in the press conference or whatever with Teo and Timothy and Andre and that situation. But Timothy did, well, hey, I do remember what Teofimo Sr. said. So this is what I believe that happened. I believe Teo started saying certain things about his dislike about Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley. Now, it wasn't on the scale of what he said, again, but I think when he started explaining that, Mr. Mask got behind him, Senior started capping off. Okay. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah, that's right. My son, all you some punks. You can take the black fighters. He probably said something like that, more than likely Teo. Teo was just repeating what he heard being said while he was trying to explain to Timothy and Andre, or Tim and Andre, how he felt about how they commentated his fights or whatever. That's what I think that happened. I think he heard his father barking back there while he was trying to explain or complain or whatever he says. And I think that's more than likely happened, because that's why I believe Tim was like, you know what? When I see him, I got some choice words for him. He's very disrespectful. So when I see him one-on-one, it's on. That makes more sense to me. Not necessarily Teo doing that, and this is my last time, but understand if he did, and it is his last time at ESPN, that's the type of shit that you would do. Almost like, a breakup. You tell somebody something that you never told them. So guess what? I'm breaking up with you. So what I'm about to tell you, it don't matter, because I'm telling you because we won't be together anymore. That's pretty much what that was. But I don't think that Teo's Jr. went as ham as Teo's Sr. But then again, I would like to see it. It would be a great interaction to see, to catch on film, because then you could see who does what, where someone's demeanor and their energy is when they're face to face. And that separates the line from the men each and every time. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Timothy Bradley stating that when he sees Teofimo Lopez Sr., he has something for him. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!